Greetings, and welcome my friends. This is iRobot 2, the synthesizer deck featuring the power of multiplication. It's based on the powerful synthesizer and the ability to create token copies of our artifacts. In fact, we'll be able to make copies of any of our permanents. The goal is to overwhelm the opponent with power. We're using a new enchantment from Bloomburrow that can give us a huge advantage as the game progresses. If things get dicey, as they sometimes do, we have a sweeper to clear out men. We plan to repopulate faster and bigger than the opponent. We have 3 copies of 3 Steps Ahead. It's a spree spell from Thunder Junction. With it, we can counter, make a token copy of any artifact or creature we control, or draw 2, then toss 1. With enough mana, we can play out multiple modes. The copy effect is particularly powerful. High Noon is a card we like to use to make the opponent stumble. It's a great way to slow down fast decks that want to play multiple cards per turn while giving us the edge with copy effects. So it feels like we're playing more cards than we actually are. And we even have the ability to generate red mana to use its damage ability if we need it. Doppelgang is our multiplicator card. With it, we can make a bunch of token copies of our permanents. Our best targets will be the Synthesizer, the Cornucopia, and the Portal. The best part is once we have a token copy of an artifact, we can continue making token copies with Worldwalker Helm. GG's, bro. Caretaker's Talent is a new card from Bloomburrow. With it in play, whenever we have a token enter play on our side, we get to draw a card. That alone would be very good, but for another white mana, we can copy a token we already have. The final ability gives our token men +2/+2, which is something we don't need. The card draw is why we're playing it. Our key card is the Synthesizer. It's the source of all our power. We'll be trying to copy, duplicate, multiply this artifact to crank out the Robot Overlords. We're turning into the Synthesizer channel. So let's move on. Worldwalker Helm is a fantastic artifact. For just 2 mana, we can copy any token artifact we have in play. Once we've made a token Synthesizer, Portal, or Cornucopia, we can make a copy of that artifact at instant speed. Multiple copies of any of those artifacts will be a backbreaker. The Cornucopia is a bit of ramp as well as color fixing. We've got 3 colors to worry about, and this helps get us the right color of mana when we need it. As a bonus, we will gain life with the first card we play out every turn. Invasion of Zendikar is all-out ramp. We have a very expensive card in Doppelgang and the Portal that we need help getting the mana to play those cards out. The more mana we have, the bigger the Doppelgang, and the more powerful our board will be. Sunfall is our reset for when we've gotten off to a slow start and are falling behind on board. What's great is we will get an incubator token that will count towards the strength of our Robot Overlords. It's not something we will want to use, but in case we need it, we'll have it. The Hulking Metamorph is an artifact creature that we can use to copy the Synthesizer. Although that will be the more common copy target, we can use it to copy the Portal as well, or even a Cornucopia. The Portal is a powerful card that we'll look to copy once we get one in play. It'll force the opponent to sacrifice 3 of their men. In some cases, that might be all they have in play. Once in play, every upkeep will get one of any men that are in the grave. We can get back our own Hulking Metamorph or one of the opponent's men. For lands, we're trying out a Tarnation Vista. It comes into play tapped, but we get to name a color, and it will tap for a mana of that color. We've got 2 Mirex, the colorless land that generates little 1/1 artifact tokens with Toxic. 3 Fountainport, a new land from Bloomburrow. It has a list of abilities that we might be able to take advantage of. It taps for 1 colorless mana, and for 2 mana, we can tap it to sacrifice a token and draw a card. For 3 mana, we can tap it and pay 1 life to create a 1/1 fish token. For 4 mana, we can tap it and generate a treasure token. 2 Restless Vinestalk, the Simic Man land. 2 Lush Portico, the Selesnya Surveil land. 2 Restless Cottage, the Golgari Man land. 4 Forests, 4 Islands, and 4 Plains. Playing the deck can be tricky at first, since oftentimes we can fall behind in the early game. Sunfall can bail us out if we can get to the 5 mana in time. If we get the chance in the early to mid game, we should ramp fix our colors and to help get our more expensive cards out. In the late game, we should run the table, Once we've landed a portal or fired off a Doppelgang, we should have the tools to win. If we have a helm that can make a token copy of a synthesizer or a portal, there's usually not much an opponent can do to come back from that situation. It's GG's. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is a poll, YoNJJ. I didn't come up with that name, they did. It's not my fault. We're getting this party started with a 3-lander, complete with a synthesizer and one of our talents. As we like to say around here, keep your pants on. Your robot pants. They throw down an iridescent Vine Lasher. Looks like they'll be on the Landfall Shenanigans combo deck. It's a race to see who can dish out 20 damage the fastest. Wait, they got a mountain. The combo deck is in Golgari colors. Well, maybe they aren't on Landfall. We finally hit 3 mana and we'll play out our synthesizer. The top cards are a Metamorph and another talent. Once we start making tokens, the talents are all card draw. They're playing the Lizard for extra chip damage. They're on Rakdos Outlaws. This turn is all about the Metamorph. It's a copy of our synthesizer, and it'll get us our first Robot Overlord. We have to consider that Jasper Flint is going to steal cards from us. If they take the talent, will they be able to use it to their advantage? We'll leave it on top. They stole the talent and a Metamorph. I'm not sure they can really take advantage of those. Double Lizards are definitely a clock. We'll play out the Invasion. We definitely need more white mana. We'll grab another Plains and a Forest. This way we'll be able to play out our talent next time, and we'll be closer to Portal mana. Amazing, they stole a synthesizer and another talent. This game could easily unravel at this rate. That's 10 damage from lizards and lands. All they need is to play out another 5 lands. That actually sounds like a lot. We drew another synthesizer, that's perfect. We'll kick off with the synthesizer. The top of our deck is a land and an invasion. The ramp could get us to Portal mana, but we have to remember that Jasper Flint is stealing our top cards anyways. It might be a mistake to give them a ramp card, but at the same time, we've gotten 3 Robot Overlords down now, and we can pressure them every attack step. They just take the damages. No bodies were thrown in front of that bus. All right, bro, what's your move? A great thing to do is become familiar with decks other people are playing, if you plan on using cards that let you play your opponent's cards. When you have 0 clues what you're getting, you end up like this guy. They didn't play the invasion. Oopsie poopsie, bro. That was 4 damage left in exile. As much as we'd like to Sunfall their men away, we need to get in some hits with what we have on board. Let's copy. Level 3 is usually not something we'll do too often, but here it gives our team a bit more punch. We'll send the Robot Overlords. They will need to block 2 of our men, and they need to triple block just to take 1 of our men down. Before we took the talent to level 3, they could have double blocked to eliminate a token. They block up and throw a Vine Lasher in front of our screaming bus. They won't take any hits, but this crushes their side of the board. They need blockers. They'll want to be able to sacrifice 3 men to our Robot Overlords when we swing in next time. Another little lizard is a good start, but that means all their men will get run over. They managed to get 1 of our helms, and that's a cornucopia they didn't play out. Had they played out only our cards, they'd be in great shape. They'd have a helm they could activate and make token copies of the synthesizer. They're getting some of our best cards. They get us down to 5 life. We might have to pull the trigger on the Sunfall after we send our men in for damages. Let's get in there. If we go in with the Metamorph, it kinda looks suspicious. Let's go ahead and keep him home for this volley. Fire in the hole. They take 1 hit, and we're all even at 5 life. Now we clear out all men. We have a Metamorph we can start rebuilding with next time. And they are down to just 1 card. They play out another Jasper Flint. That's fine, as he has to block our token next time, unless they get another blocker. We draw into another Metamorph. It's starting to smell like GG's. I was trying to remember Jasper Flint's stats, and if making him a base 3/3 would be a good idea. In fact, it would be, as he would lose a point of power if we use the Vinestalk's ability on him. They have to block up and lose both their men. That helm they took would be busy making token copies of Synthesizer. Had they played out the Cornucopia, they also managed to exile. It would have been a very different game had they done so. Oopsie poopsie, bro. They get the Vine Lasher back and pay the Offspring. Only need to play out 3 more lands and we're toast. No jam. We draw into a cornucopia, and that will let us play out one of the metamorphs. The question is, should we Sunfall their men away? Triggering our synthesizers twice should do the trick. Did you see that? The auto tapper wants to Scrooge us. Let's tap manually so this doesn't turn into a disaster. This should be more Robot Overlords than they can handle. Let's send them in. Block up, bro. They have 1 card in hand but need 3 more blockers. They could have a sweeper that would save their bacon. They managed to get another pair of men, but that means one of our overlords gets through. GG's, my friend. This was a much closer game than the ending would indicate. It could have easily gone their way had they been more familiar with how the synthesizer and the helm work. Watch more YouTube and see how other decks work, especially if you're playing Jasper Flynn. This is Unicorn Lee. Just kidding, I have no idea, really. A 4-lander? Really, Shuffler? They're throwing us a 4-lander. To make the Shuffler mad, we're going to keep this. We'll play the Surveil land to kick things off. That's a synthesizer on top. Yes, yes, please. Bro must have kept a 0-lander. GG's, buddy. This is Tom U. Tom U2 pal. We're here to put the FU in fun. Prepare your shorts. For a staining, this is the work of the Shuffler. A 2-lander with double High Noon and double synthesizer. If we ever get the 3rd mana, we'll be golden. If we get stuck on 2 lands, I wouldn't be surprised there either. Keep your pants on, bro. Tom is kind of friendly for now, at least. The Shuffler gives us one of our top-end cards as our first draw. A 3rd land would be nice. Come on, man. Really, Shuffler. Another Doppelgang? What are we supposed to clone with 2 mana? My shorts? I knew it. Not only have we not drawn a 3rd land, we also have drawn all 3 copies of our most expensive card. Brilliant work. Brilliant. At least there is no way we can draw another Doppelgang. Well, at least their OJ will kill us off quickly. That and a few more of those deserts should do the trick. I would have thrown out a Doppelgang, but we're still hoping for the best. We're stuck on 2 lands and the opponent doesn't know what to do. This is where you step on the gas. Do everything your deck is supposed to do. Our days at sea have ended. We've spotted land, but it's likely too late to get us back in this game. If it gets countered, we're definitely done. We need to start generating Robot Overlords 2 turns ago. And a Braid is effectively GG's. They've got at least 5 damage next turn, but probably more. By the time we get set up, the orange juice will win it for them. Shout out to the shuffler. That's gonna be it. GG's, bro. This is Every Kiss Begins with K. No, wait, it's just K. Let's get it on. This is another work of art by the shuffler. We get the usual 2-lander minus the blue we really need. Put this one back in your pants, bro. Mull. Then we get a 4-lander with double Horn of Plenty. We really can't be colored hosed with this hand. We'll put back one of the lands. Keep. You gotta love that. We get a synthesizer on top right away. If play out the Mirex on turn 3, we'll have the blue mana for the synthesizer. Then we have plenty of 3-drop artifacts to trigger it until we squish them like a bug. They get a little fella down. Gruul Dinos looks like from here. They can be beastly, but our Robot Overlords will be bent on subverting them to our will. We'll keep the ramp on top. We might want to fetch out extra lands in the future. Right now, we have plenty to play out in hand already. It's a parade of little dino men. Cute. All right, let's land the Cornucopia, and we'll be able to double 3-drop on our next turn. There's the big guy. That will be a challenge to tame, but we'll put in our best effort. Let's block one of their guys. Letting them run rampant doesn't seem like a good idea. Sure, we still take damages, but it's one of their dino men down. 2 more to go. With a big 6/6 on the table, let's lead with the Helm. This will keep mana up so we can clone the token and boost our robots as well. Well, that's a boatload of pain coming our way. Only one guy, the small one, will have trample though. We might be able to manage this. Here they come. Let's clone up and get set to make some blocks. We'll eat their biggest men and have room left over for seconds. Anyone hankering for dessert? I could go for ice cream. One Robot Overlord is going in for hits. We'll keep 3 back to block, just in case. And if this one gets through, it'll take half their life total. They sacrifice their token. Good move. What on earth? There's no time to be messing around with the grave, bro. Bring the pain or it will be brought to you. On a silver platter by giant Robot Overlords. They didn't send it, so we'll go ahead and have the factory spit out another robot. Another synthesizer. How can we say no? We were taking a beating in the mid-game, but we flipped the script. Another synthesizer would be backbreaking. We can ship the... Oh, hold on. Their pants exploded. GG's Dino Buddy. This is Board D. Kid Do. And I thought Kid Rock was a bad name. You win, bro. This 2-lander is another shuffler special. We have potentially a single play out of this whole hand. No, wait, we can doppelgang for 0. We mull right into a worse hand. Shout out to the shuffler. We'll probably go down to 2 cards in hand, so we have to keep this pile. It's not going to be pretty, but there are going to be games like this for every awesome game we have. Keep the awful hands coming. Let's play out the Tarnation Vista on white. At the least, we'll be able to play out the high noon on our next turn. The shuffler thinks we're almost at 9 mana. I don't know what the freak that is. I haven't really looked at Gruely cards from Bloomburrow yet. We'll find out as the game progresses. That 4th land is right on time. We can ramp up. We really need just one more plains and we can play out most of our cards. A teapot slinger? What the HE double hockey sticks is this? Is this a draft deck, bro? Our Bo1 sealed with this and is trying it out in constructed. We've drawn more ramp and we'll play it out. We'll go from 6 mana to 8. We'll be 1 short of landing the portal. The green season, we're gathering. But we knew that already. That's the name of the game. They line up a pretty big hit. We either get an untapped land and can nuke their board, or we'll draw something we can't even use at the moment. What are we going to get? A Mirex. Are you kidding? I'm honestly surprised. Well, we gotta play what we got. Let's do this. We get to start taking their men. We'll end up playing their deck. They go to smash our hopes and dreams, but we've got a counter in hand. Let's go ahead and stop their play. We'll have none of that around here. Your go, really, bro? We're about to close the game out. There is no coming back from this. Double portal for the win. GG's, bro. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.